Hello there everyone, Editor Mark 3 here. I just want to explain what's happened. Where is part 3? Why is this part 1.5? Well, it turned out that video files are out of order, a 0 being ordered before a 1. Who would have thought it? So I rendered them out of order as well without realising. While there were some resources gathered after part 1, it was not as extensive as the last video seemed to imply. So, if you're interested, let us turn the clock back a little and show the path to the corvette. Or if you're not interested, feel free to skip this video. I do apologise either way for the mistake there, it's entirely on me. But, if you're staying, I hope you enjoy. Hello there everyone, it's Mark 3 and welcome back to a bit more No Man's Sky. Last we appeared, we were on the station. We just reached it. I said we were exploring this time. Why are we back on the planet? Well, I had a little bit of quiet time, and so I went and actually got a bit more resources, basically. It was nothing to report. I just wandered around, harvesting trees and rocks, and that was about it. I discovered a few more creatures, but that's honestly all to report. Not much really happened. But as you can see, I also restructured the base slightly, so I've got more space now. All my refiners are inside. And we're back down here because I also picked up the materials needed to do a little bit more research. So build new technology. We can get ourselves a biofuel reactor. There we go. Metal plates plus oxygen, return. And oh, we need the cables too. Can't forget the cables. Come on. Build tech. Thank you. Should I get that? I have got condensed carbon and ferrite for a battery without any trouble. Don't need, well, can't make, don't have those materials. Signal booster, eventually I think we need that if I recall correctly, but not entirely sure. Save beacon, once activated, provide a permanent navigation waypoint, facilitating repeat visits to specific locations. Oh. Does that need power? Provides a specific permanent navigation waypoint though. That sounds useful actually. I try to remember that one. Though alas, I cannot actually afford solar power. I don't have the tech points, I don't have the gold. So, let's go ahead and produce things. We need to build ourselves a certain gateway, which I'll just tuck in this corner over here. There we go. And you know what, I will pick up actually, I think, battery tech. Just so I've got some means of power storage nearby. Now then, let's see. Put on a battery. Worth noting, by the way, 4 sockets around the base. There's one there on the actual gateway as well. But that is where the cables can connect to it. And so you need to be aware of that as you move things around. I'm going to plug this one in here. And then our biofuel reactor, one plug either side. Something you have to be aware of is you can't put them too close together, which is something I found out during my mess around game before I decided to actually start recording this finally for the first time. Why has my phone closed its screen? That's weird. Yeah, my phone's running a timer. That's how I track time when I'm recording, or I try to track time. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. But yeah, there we go. Click that on snap. Very good. Then I want to pull from... that'll do. Straight there. Snap. Cables are free. I was afraid they might need cobalt, but I do actually have some cobalt in my ship, so that's absolutely fine. Could put down a floral containment units. You know what, sure, let's pop one of them in front of the thing too. Why not? There are a lot more things we can get our hands on, but we're not there yet. Anyway, that should about do that. We just have to feed it with power. Now remember, as I said, ooh, don't like that. 1 second, I will turn you around. There we go. reconnecting power cable. Don't know why it's doing that. Anyway, fuel tank, put 40 condensed carbon into it. There we go. I have been reworking my inventory a little bit as well using the refineries, so we have got some stuff processed out as well. Like we've got some more condensed carbon sitting around. I thought I put more condensed carbon into one of these guys. Turns out not. There is some scrap metal into ferrite in that one. Okay, you're fueled. Not on the grid, it's claims. Okay. I seem to have a slight issue going on. Grid status overloaded. Oh, it's because it's trying to draw power, but there's no power storage. I think that's what's happened. That's okay. Just pull that. There we go. Power active. Then, now there's actual power stored on the grid, plug it in. There we go. And we have ourselves a little gateway, and that is why I kind of... Why is my phone closing itself? It shouldn't be doing that. I'm guessing a recent update broke something. Anyway, we got ourselves our own personal teleporter, which means we could... Any place with a teleporter, this base can now be returned to. Most excellent, and I believe that is the objective that was awaiting us in this one, which was explore planet, expand your base. This is the part we skipped, actually getting this teleport online. But since we've already been to the space station, we should be able to just hop straight through. Teleport, fast travel, yes. Recent places, A3 Base Alpha, and the Mavit platform, current system. Now remember, keep your arms and legs inside the ride at all times, as we have just gone through the Stargate. Ha! And here we are, back on the station. Another advantage is whenever we actually do that and hop to a place, our ship is always parked nearby, so we don't have to worry about that or summon it. It'll follow us as we go. Now that said, we do need to clear out the inventory a bit. I mentioned I'd be going around fetching some more resources and stuff. I've got extra salvage, I've got some more goop and things, got cobalt. Picked up a bunch of bulb marrow, I'm not sure what to do with that though, but that was from a nearby cave. My starship is in no better shape. I've got more animal parts from aggressive local wildlife. I've got some Gek relics, I've got some vortex cubes, and, you know, a bunch of stuff here. I'm not sure what to do with the ancient keys though. I mean, the Gravitino balls says can be sold at Galactic Terminal, and they are valuable, it seems like. But the ancient keys says used for upgrading. Well, this one says upgrading and trading actually, so I should probably hang on to that one as well. That's so that I can sell the fossil. Don't know if I should though. But there are things I can sell and I should sell. So let's actually go ahead and empty our inventory slightly. Sell from Starship. I'll sell the wheat. The raw meat I can get my hands on very easily. I want to hold on Vortex Cube, they're potentially useful a little bit. Crystal Fragments, I didn't break them down, so sell them for a bit of extra scratch. Yes. And then we just need to keep on going like this. Gold. 28 gold. I could almost afford a solar panel if I had the tech points for it. I don't. Okay. And I also found a platinum in a buried supply cache. 64 units I've wound up with. Mordite. Releasing the calibers of giant creatures can be specifically cultivated and harvested. I don't have a use for that right now, I don't think. I might need it later though, but given all the hostile wildlife I can just get more very easily. Dried sausages, get rid of that. Aloe flesh, yes. Sailor meat, yes. There we go, and we got 400,000 from just clearing out our starship inventory a bit. Also, as you can see, I'm carrying 5 life support gel. Air is not an issue at the moment. Marrow bulb, that grows in nearby caves, so sell that. 322 units for 12,500. Cannot be cultivated, it says in the description there. A glowing organic bulb harvested from cave marrow plant found growing underground. Cave marrow has proven resistant to domestication, and no farmable cultivators are known to exist. As such, bulb marrows must be harvested by hand in the wild. Maybe I should hang on to that one. It does have a high stack though, so I don't have to worry about much. I also want viscous and goop I want to hang on to because they can be refined. I've not mentioned this. In fact, I should pop back to the base real quick to do something about that. I feel like a setting has changed in my phone. But I'm mid-recording, so I'm going to have to live with it. The timer is still running. Okay, so why do I say that this is important? Well, it also uses 4 refiners as it happens, but we can find all 4 stages of residual goop and viscous fluid fairly well, though the higher the tier, I think the rarer it is. But viscous fluid refines into living slime. I think actually that might be the next one. I think residual goop is actually the first one. Residual goop refines into, yeah, there it is, viscous fluid. Very slow to process this. Also doesn't increase the value either. But then viscous fluid, which is the next stage, converts into a living slime. And I'll pull that out just to show you. Next stage. Living slime converts into rampant mold. And then lastly, rampant mold, runaway mold. So again, no real increase, I think, in value. Let's just check that real quick. Where is it? Oh, I'm on the starship, of course. Exosuits. Total value 40, yeah, 20 units pop, so still the same value. That one's busy. But then we can take that and we can refine it one more time into nanite clusters. Problem is, it's a 5-to-1 ratio, so I can't do that right now, but you get the points. All that goop I can eventually turn into pure nanites. Which is honestly quite helpful to have going on. Actually, when I teleport here, where does the starship land? It doesn't land there, it lands... Wow, the wind is loud on this plateau. It lands here. Very good. It lands within easy access, basically. Send that to the starship, send some cobalt out to the starship as well, don't need that. One thing I refrained from doing, though, very deliberately, was I refrained from gathering corvette parts. Because, quite simply, that would require more active exploration. I'm going to base teleport. So I've avoided doing that. As a result, we can't really, I think, get a corvette together yet. But for now, we need to explore the station. There are some things that I will be skipping over here, which is going to be talking to general people, but we will take a look around first. First off, new feature with the recent expansion. The game's realised I've got 105, 315. Very good, I'm a 4-star merchant, thank you. These teleport pads take you to the far end of the landing pad, you can just walk out there as well. But this is the Corvette workshop, of all places, where we can... well, that's a cache for anything that won't fit in your inventory as you build back out from a Corvette. And the Corvette workshop itself, you can buy the basic parts from this, but the more advanced parts you can gather, well, you have to gather from wrecks, or you can trade sufficiently valuable parts to try and get others, though it depends on the value of what you are trying to offer for what you're looking for. And this is an alternate way to get your hands on it. And this is really good because it gives you freedom to try and get specific ones using parts you don't want to have. Like I could try and get a Zenith class reactor, I suppose, by offering some grills, but it says it's very unlikely. There's a chance based depending on the value. I think the video I watched said 80% chance. Sorry, 80% value or more is usually pretty good. But you know, but we can also sell our found parts here just for things. Actually, let's have a look. Can I purchase basic modules? Yeah, as you can see, I've got some credits, but it's not enough. Not enough, because I need not just one, I need a bunch. I need a cockpit, I need a hab, I need landing gear, I need an engine. I've already got a weapon array because I found one, and I also need a boarding access. So we're looking like 3 million or so, 3 to 4 million, just to build the bog standard, most basic thing I can. So yeah, corvette production is quite a ways off. But that's okay, because right now I want to progress the main storyline as well. Let's asking people about us. So being chatted away, pouring forth words in a language I cannot understand. When I blink, I see the same red light that stares at me as the distress beacon. Repeat 16. Though the alien speaks, the words are not their own. A string of code is echoed back to me through the red glare, logged directly into my exosuit. Ooh, okay. Oh, he was saying something else. Whoops. Every system is a space station serving as hub. Speak to Lightfall Station brings a chance to trade, learn words, or gain standing. Tech merchants, cartographer, directions to outposts in the buildings. Take missions, mission agents to earn valuable rewards. Use the teleporter to instantly return to your base. Okay. And as we can see, there's more locals flying back and forth. This is the cartographer. I can trade navigation data here for specific signal types, and that is something I do want specifically to start out. Exchange for specific charts. I think what I want to do right now is get distress signals, because there's a chance doing this to get my hands on new small ships, which is potentially a source of upgrading my current craft. Though it's worth noting, finding a crashed ship is always, understandably, rather damaged, and so it won't be fully functional, but if I can get a good one, that could save me in the future a little bit. A bit of effort, though I will have to spend resources to actually fix the darn thing. Anyway, that's all that. And if I ask for help, switch to scan me, ask for help. They point at a map on the screen, then towards the depiction of the waypoint towers found on most planetary sites. They seem to be requesting I gather data from these towers. Okay. So what's my current objective? And I want to track that one. Reach the decoded coordinates. Signal appears to be set coordinates on a distress frequency. Follow the signal to locate the source. Okay, so that's came from the other one over there, actually. So let's continue onwards. I mentioned in passing over here that there was some other stuff this way. This is the fossil collector. This was added since last time I even played the game, so you know. Oh, I also found some wordstone. So translation is a bit better, but it's still very patchy. Browse my fossil archive, please. Same kind of thing it looks like compared to before. I can offer to swap something I've got for something in his list, or I can just outright try to sell something. If I was to sell that, it would be like 500,000 for the ossified sauropod blood. I don't know if that's something I should be avoiding doing, though, honestly, because I don't know how rare that is. This is the black market guy. Traveler entity, welcome. This guy actually knows my language. Welcome. Corvax knows much. Traveler also seeks hidden knowledge, we think. Ask what they're selling. Purchase old scrap. Acquire coordinates for 5 million units. Seek new place to explore. Such places exist. Float system. Abandoned wrecks. Abandoned wrecks. can be revealed for a price. So that's what the coordinates are. Abandoned wrecks. 5 million to find an abandoned small ship sounds excessive. Could it mean abandoned freighter? Freighters are really big. I don't know. Anyway, the other option though is purchase old scrap, which generally requires something with it, in this case tinted metal. My interest here though is, well, it does give me some decorations and things. Bespoke identifiers, which can go on my personal banner. Horrific flesh helmet, anomalous face transformation. Okay, sure. So there's some stuff bioterror related here. But Suspicious Packet gives a random black market mod of the class mentioned, which is a way to get it. There's another way, which is just to hunt pirates. But they can be very powerful, they can be very weak. And in this case I just don't have a taser metal anyway to offer, so, can't do that. Let's move on. Up the stairs to the side here, we have ourselves a commissary officer? Envoy Dulyok. Yeah. So, I can come here. If I prove myself friend to a race, there's one of these guys in stations and the systems they own. And I can actually redeem free supplies, I think it's daily or something like that. But in this case, I don't have enough reputation, even though I'm rank 2, so, I can also donate things. Which I suspect this donate goes to upgrading my rank, but I've never done it before, so I don't know. I was specifically wandering around, though, because every station has a few items to look for. In this case, there's one here, which is a data nav. So, free nanites, some free units, random stuff just dotted around. And then there are, of course, the traders. Let's keep on going. Hi. It's worth noting, by the way, each sector, of course, its dominant species is the one that's normally in charge of the station. Vulnerable server. 118 credits. Okay. Dominant species are the common one, but there are usually a couple of entities around from other races as well. At least I think there's guaranteed to be. New item, stolen DNA samples. What? Sealed vials of unregistered DNA samples, free of the standard biosecurity mechanisms that prevent unlawful genetic tampering. Purchase is illegal at nearly all galactic trade terminals. Regular supply is only available within outlaw systems. Selling banned goods into commercially regulated space may be highly profitable. Money? Money! Yay! It looks like that might be about it, though, for activation things. I'm going to check on the galactic terminal. This is a mid-tier area, though. I don't think I can sell through the trade terminal, can I? Sell. 162%. Smuggle contraband. Yeah, if you're out in space, you can get random security checks. I don't want to deal with that right now, so I'm actually going to. I will sell this at a 162% markup. There we go. Anyway. Let's actually check things out to the merchant, because there is something else here we want, which is the exosuit upgrade kiosk. Every station has one of these. It can only be activated once, so, seek it out and use it if you can. But what it does is, it upgrades your exosuit in some way. It gives me an extra cargo mod slot, or it can give me an extra system slot. Right now it's only 1,000 units, but the cost does increase as you upgrade further. So, let's go ahead and do that. Exosuit is bigger. Now, the other thing I mentioned is traders, of course. There's specific types, exosuits, multi-tools, and also vehicles, space and ground, which are these two over here. I'm not really going to bore you guys with that one, so I might do some shopping and have a look-see. But they also have two sources of potential things here. Potential multi-tools, omni-tools. I think multi-tool is what it's called, isn't it? But as you can see, they are randomly generated, though. They don't change. But anyway, yeah, that's a quick look around of the station. The last thing we can do is, kind of as we did downstairs, we can talk to these individual aliens. We can... Yes, hello. Absorbed in some game of their own creation, play licking their tongue as they look around the room. When they see me, I'm given 3 brief clicks before they continue the more general survey. If I have appropriate relics, I can offer them for a reputational boost. And once per alien, as I mentioned previously down on the planet, request dialect help to learn more words. And this is one of the main things I mentioned I'd be skipping over here. Friendship symbol. Yeah. Only get 1, but I can ask for 1 of 4 categories of word. Notice that he's now tagged as visited, so I know that I've already spoken to this guy before, and so I cannot request... I know that I cannot request that. Set my gift with gratitude, thank you. But I can potentially get things from them if I practice language skills with them. Enter Yavist. Sketching plays the air. Complex request dialect help. Give me a friendship symbol. Thank you. Please. I know how to say please. Yay! This pleases me. I will offer the gift just because I want to do that. And then you can see how this might get a bit repetitive to do on a recording. Practice my language skills. Let's see if anything useful can happen. Oh, they have a speech parser, they just weren't using it. Enter the... Yavist activates the speech parser, waiting to hear what I have to say. Their shell tilts also with genuine fascination. Traveller entity. Solemnly echoes words back to me, we look at each other, share a deep moment of understanding. Thank you. And that gave me 2 points of standing. Okay, cool. Yeah, sometimes they'll give you like a small gift or something, depending on. I think that's if you request help, is what when they do that. Let's try that on someone else. Analysts, hello. I know none of the words you say. Seem extremely interested in what I have to say. Practice language skills. Is silent listening attentively while I try to think of an appropriate word to say. Traveller or Ihiu. So, okay, so that changes depending on who I'm asking as well. Or just randomly. Traveller. Flinches as though pained. Did the visor flash red for just a moment? Are these guys connected to whatever that red eye is? Standing deep... Oh. I didn't know you could lose standing from doing that. Okay, right. Noted. I won't be experimenting until I know more. But yeah, that's basically what's going to be happening. I'm going to be looking around the merchants and I'll be looking around the actual aliens here. Just to pick up words, trade in any artifacts I've got for standing and stuff like that. So yeah, I'll catch you guys in a moment. The warrior shivers in anticipation before confronting me. They bark savagely, showing yellow canines and a bloody tongue. As soon as the fury begins, however, it seems to be over. The life form nods solemnly, indicating they will hear my plea. A Viking. Seems like very aggressive warrior type people. Also cybernetic arm over there, I think. Oh no, I think that... I'm not sure. Korvax sings delighted song, obviously touches upon a subject they favour, offering me a module that appeared to be homemade technology. What? Thermal protection module found. Okay, so I think my requests and things, practicing language, need to be related to the one I'm speaking to. And it does tell me what they... It does tell me their general job role, I think, when I speak to them. I'm just guessing though. I never figured this out the first time I was playing either. From the moment I entered the room, I could smell this gek. I do not believe a more alluring scent could have ever entered my nose. It feels inevitable that I approached, like fate itself had pushed me to this moment. Some kind of gecko morphed alien? Stay pad. Give me friendship symbol. You're alluring. I want a friendship symbol, please. I am pleased. I now know please in multiple languages, apparently. 20 words, 10 aliens. Multiple things just popped. I think I've talked to everyone here now. Apart from... I've not tried talking to that. It has proven fruitful. You already saw me get the Class B thermal protection, which is actually probably... It might be a good thing to have if it's a cold protection, because they're cold and hot as separate shields. We also got a Class C upgrade for the Starship Shield as well, and a bit more reputation. And I got those basically just by practicing language skills with the research people, actually, talking about research and technology. So, definitely following the theme of the entity I'm talking to, which seems to be what that means, what's good. You want to talk about something they're interested in. This guy, I spoke to him, and the only word I knew was power, which, when I said power, he interpreted it as a sign of weakness. So, Anyway, station core, flight path and landing, overseer. Nice thought stable. Commercial monitoring online. Flight path management, 84% efficiency. Atlas and Aeon surveys functional. Inputs and override code. Restore standing. Forged passport. Or leave. Okay, so the central AI core of this station, I think, is what that is. Anyway, that's that. Time to check in with the traders, I think. See if there's anything interesting in them. And then, I think, change my yellow suit out for something else. I think that'll do. I am Mark III, now decked out in generally customized. I've still got some of the base parts mixed in here. But a lot of stuff is honestly still kind of locked off. Like I've got base armor, I've got base gloves. I've also wound up with base legs, as it turns out. So those are recolored. Then I've taken some alternates for head, body shape. Race is still the same. So yeah, it's just mix and matching. But right now I've just not made the progress to unlock some more stuff yet. I will save this preset though. There we go. Behold, I am Mark III. How did we do gestures? Hello, I am Mark III. How are you doing? Oh wait, I'm teal coloured in a teal space station. I'm a chameleon. I can go invisible in here. Yes, they'll never find me. No, let's go ahead and actually unwrap what we've got. So I have got, in addition to the Type B thermal and Type C starship upgrades that we were given, a Type B mining beam and a Type B movement module. So let's see if we've got anything good here. Please be a cold protection one, as I press the wrong button. It is indeed a cold protection one. Excellent. And that will go straight into there. It connects onto the thermal system. Still don't know where that one attaches, but core health and shield. I think that gave us an extra pip on our health bar, actually. Okay, Class C, Starship Shielding Module. Might as well install it. And what does it give us? It gives us 7% extra strength. Yeah. Class B was best I could afford, but I could afford 2 of them. So these are the ones that I've actually paid for. Mining beam upgrade. I tried to get things that would help me in general progression right now. So, mining beam upgrade is more efficient, better mining speed, and reduced downtime if I overheat. Downtime isn't super isn't the best, but the fuel efficiency and mining speed are potentially useful. 10% damage, or if I swap that onto there, 38% fuel efficiency, 31% mining speed, and 29% overheat downtime. That is actually now a significant upgrade. I'll also refuel you while I'm here with some condensed carbon, refuel you with some spare silicon dust. Go get that stuff sorted out. Last one, movement module, because, you know, roaming around exploring, I don't have any other means of transport, so upgrade to my jetpack. Bypass tanks. Doubles my jetpack capacity, slight increase boost power, slight increase in recharge rates. Double capacity, though, is actually potentially fairly useful, though for now it is not the strongest of upgrades. But that's okay, that's okay. But with that, we are now done with this site, so let us continue where we left off, shall we? We need to actually depart and go somewhere else. Starship, check, check, check. We're all good. Yep, I believe there's nothing else I want to trade right now. Anything else I want to store right now? Not... well, I don't have anything that uses this yet, so... I might have later, though. Okay, let's proceed with our quests. So... Awakenings. Visit the base computer. Oh. Station. I changed my mind. I'm turning around. It wants me... yeah, I gave you coordinates, but it wants me to actually check with my base computer. Yes, hello. You didn't just see me leave, I swear. Lucky though, because it's a landing pad. No fuel cost to me doing that. Oh, we can also trade with any civilian starships that wander in, by the way. We can trade for items. We can actually offer to trade for their ship as well, but ships are expensive. I can't afford that right now. Anyway, base computer is what we need, so the teleports, we shall go. Yes, my bases. Honestly, where a lot of the game opens up is deeper in the main quest line, which is why I'm focusing a bit more on getting the main quest line now that I've got some basic resources sorted out. Because a lot of upgrades and things become available for me to get my hands on if I progress into a neighbouring system. But to do that, of course, I do need to get through the quest line. Though, of course, there's also the fact that there's regular sentinel patrols around here, which is less than ideal. You've got you're full of ferrite dust. I'll leave you be. Bottle refiner. Yeah, we've got the next stage in that, so let's just throw them into the next thing. Viscous living gem. It was viscous fluids in this one. The other thing, of course, is nanite refining is actually a very fuel-intensive process too, so it uses a ton of carbon. And actually I have to feed it into this one because I don't want to leave that mould in there rather than have it taken up a stack, entirely honest. If I was sensible, I would have actually just merged, not refined a step and merged them together because I've not got enough to fill an entire input. Ah well, that's on me. Anyway, let's proceed. Before I wander off I need to check my starship. The wind out here is always... okay, so this is actually kind of low. Actually, you know what I should do? I should check with my base computer first. Oh, I know what I'm doing. Select new task, begin description please, thank you. 16. Message follows. Traveller finds their wings, fly to us, claim your place among the stars. That sounds promising. Signal acquired, life sign detected. Side coordinates are a fair bit away, so I will fly. Honestly, doing hunting for corvette parts would give me a mobile base, but Honestly, it would be much easier if I could actually progress and get access to a vehicle of some kind. I might as well pause just to see what's nearby as I fly. Oh, like there's another structure over here. Anything good around here? Let's see. Nothing immediately jumping out at me. Anything close by I want to try and grab? That's what I'm thinking about right now. I mean, there's of course all the cargo and stuff, buried cash. That's the settlement itself. There is a salvage container and a buried tech module in that direction. And of course I can summon my craft to me without having to think about fuel from the landing pad. Which is the other reason I took off, because 70%, it needs 100% to call it if it's just parked on open terrain. So that's why I didn't do that. Let's take a look inside though, and then I think I'll wander off in that general direction. Let's salvage container 1000, salvage container 700. There's a bunch of these things actually kind of nearby, so yeah, let's wander off in this general direction once I've looted this place up and checked the people out and stuff like that. Anything good in here? Oh, hello. A big multi-tool. It's only class C though, but it does have a lot of space in it. 13 minus... I still don't know what that minus means. 22 slots by default, 2.3 million in value. And again, I'd have to pay them to take my current multi-tool off me. Very high damage potential and scan range comparatively. And we can, by the way, upgrade the multi-tool by expanding its slots and increasing its core rank and stuff like that. So if I find a good one, I can pay to sort that out when I've got much more resources available. The damage potential in part is because of the bolt caster, but it's just generally a better tool than mine flat out. Though that said, it's also way outside my budget, so no way. It's a very decent looking rifle though, it looks nice and beefy. Operator, what do you got? Greet politely. Ah. You remember how I have to pay them to take this multi-tool off me? But when they see my multi-tool, they begin to vibrate with fear. Please tell me this is what I think it is. The entity's voice quivers, their mask slowly turns to a single dilated red light. Lure Corvex entity. Please. It's very, very unhappy with my multi-tool. Clearly want to get back to the researchers, but they're too terrified to look away from me. The more I try to calm them, the more they convulse with fear. Insist that come in peace. Hello. Nothing can be. Good panics. Eventually freeze. Their paws, their faces wiped. The shell reboots. A new entity in place of the other replacement glares and then ignores. Oh, did I just? Whoops. Did I just accidentally delete someone? I think I just did. Oh no. Okay, so it got so afraid it realized something, and then a new entity rebooted, and I think it had the memories, and it's like, you shouldn't have done that. But if I speak to you now, flashes of hostility are less account written into their memory and cannot be revoked. I should have. Yeah, I should have respected. Oh dear. Blueprints. What can I get from you? I could pick up an advanced mining laser if I had 75 nanites. Maybe I can scavenge that around here. That one would let me. That's actually doable, parts-wise, for 75 nanites. I just need to actually, get the nanites, which I spent on upgrades. I am sorry, buddy, but yeah, I did kind of mess that one up. Anyway, let me loot up the local containers. See what I can find. Sadly, no sign of nanites, so I'm actually going to wander out on the exploration path I noted. That's okay, we're carrying support jelly. I have, however, dumped all available storage into my spaceship, so I'm currently empty, and I plan to just sweep around. Honestly, it's not too far, and there's a cluster of them within close range, so that's why I'm wandering out to hit these wreck sites. And we'll see if we can find some more salvage parts as we go. Oops. There we go. But yeah, lost the point towards standing, but it's worth noting, of course, that ranks get harder and harder progressively as we go. Naturally. So, losing a point hasn't deranked me, but I do kind of feel bad that I just deleted an entity, basically. Now, where was the one in this direction? There's another one in this direction as well. Actually, there's two very close together. Ooh. Fortune smiles upon me, it seems. Sadly, the jetpack slows me to walking speed, though, so I can't really use it over much for horizontal movements. This is daytime, so I'm not having to worry about little things like temperature. Though I will refill my life support. Wait a second. That just consumed 2, I think. What the... I seem to have found something big. And my marker is actually pointing towards it as well. Ooh, there's even a cluster over there. Go away, please. It's also over there a cluster of ancient data crystals, which is actually navigational data and stuff, I believe. So, I'm going to harvest that too. For now, though, let's actually get into this. No, go away. Thank you. We have got, a shield generator, ion barrier, okay. We've got industrial cargo links, and it looks like just those 2, okay. So yeah, a connection part and a shield generator, of all things. I am fine with that. There's the next one over there. Then of course there's several over that way. But data structures cannot be ignored. That is a good find. Of course, cargo space is an issue. I'm innocent, I did nothing. I swear, these sentinels are kind of, yeah. Exosuit upgrade charts. Provides location of a drop pod. Interesting, but a drop pod is something you have to go and fix with parts, so it's not the most useful thing. So I might as well just save that until I actually need to spend the inventory space. Also some magnetized ferrites, but that's okay. I want another hostile creature. Yes, please. Thank you. Go away, please. That's one drawback of this world. There's a lot of hostile natives. External stabilizer plating, a decorative cargo hold. I'm finding a bunch of decorative stuff. I might need to call my ship before long. I've only got two spare slots in my inventory at the moment. And yeah, I might have to start actually sacrificing some bits and pieces as well. I feel like that is my actual destination though. Other things. But I want to go this way towards these. 900 and 500. At the very least, I can trade out the parts I don't want, as I showed you in the Corvette terminal earlier. And well, I can trade them out for better quality stuff. Well, better quality is actually debatable. For specific parts, I guess is probably a better way to put it. Or I can just flat out sell them for money. So yeah, basically these Corvette parts are a way to fund getting more Corvette parts, if that's how I choose to do it. But getting access to a Corvette, especially this early, would be a great way to actually solve my storage issues. Plus it could do things like carry those refinery arrays with me. And hills like this is why I got the jetpack upgrade. Just boost up the side rather than try to climb it. Okay, we're already almost here. Could do without the Star Destroyer wreck in the background, though actually we can see it's actually has a bulbous front, though, more like a Trade Federation Lucrahulk control module. Though it's on the end of a stick, just like a Nebulon cruiser. Go away, please. Yes, you're acting unhappy, but you came after me first, buddy. Prioritize yourself, please. I think I'm basically on top of it. Where is it? 1,000, 400, 1,000. What managed to lose track of it, of all things? Oh, wait, no. Of course, I tagged it. The fact there's a bunch more out there, though, is both interesting and concerning. Here we go, though. Radiation casing. Ooh, this one's actually got 3. Ferrite dust, ferrite dust. Actually, another? And I lost something due to a full inventory. Right. Let's plot that, so get that one cleared out of the way. Apparently there's a drop pod 9 hours away on foot. No, I'm not going to do that. Intact processor, though. Approximately 2,000 years old. Value 1.67 million. Nice find. Okay. Let's get rid of that. Let's go to the silicate powder. I don't need it. I don't need the ferrite dust on me either right now. I think I should refill my life support when it's... Got to remember, life support has got a 10% boost on tank, so about 15% is when I want to do it, to use only one of these rather than 2, I think. Because 100% of base capacity seems to be what it does. Anyway. There's an unknown building nearby as well, actually. If there's a landing pad, I can call my craft over without spending launch fuel. This is turning into a great big Corvette hunt. cargo drop and an unknown. I hear ships above me, but I think they're behind the clouds. It is a depot of some kind. What kind? I do not know. It's also a long way down. Look at that though, look at that little chain of salvage containers just stretching away from me. Whoops, daisy. Well, that was interesting. What's a depot though? I do not know. There's no craft summoning facility here though, as far as I can see. So, I can't just... randomly call my craft for free. That's okay. I think it's just that there's a lot of storage containers here. And a bunch of sentinels too, watching over it. Though they don't seem to be too interested in the fact I'm looting them. That is okay though, because I am on my way, I do not mind. Starship does have that. Yeah, we are looking kind of full. Okay, we've got 3 things there. I will summon my craft over. That'll do. Hey buddy, how you doing? I need to stack as much as I can into you. I can transfer that, transfer that, transfer that.
No free slots in ship inventory.
Yeah, I didn't think I could stack most of this.
No free slots in ship inventory.
Dang it. Yeah, not a lot I can do, honestly, because I'm missing stuff. I might start sacrificing meat and stuff, just to try and sort that out, but we have got the free space to harvest this one. Got some radiator vents. Another one? I'm just following a chain of these things. Regardless, my starship is... Well, I need to do something about the thermal protection flat out, but I don't think the marker is visible to me in my ship, so I can't follow that. Let's mark something ahead of me so I can check this. Tag that. And yeah, it's not tagged because I am not outside. So yeah, I do have to be following on foot, sadly. That's okay. I also, you know that NCA accidentally wiped? I think doing that actually gave me this convergence cube. Device used by Corex to store historical cultural information. Used for upgrading, it says. Don't know what it's for, but I think it was about the time I accidentally did that I was given this. So hopefully that's something that's come out of the entity being lost. But I still don't feel great that that actually happened in the first place. Get out of my cave. I do this kind of thing is exactly why I've got sodium on me. Actually, what did it take me to craft a battery for that? Cobalt, 10 use of cobalt plus 5. Maybe I should just do that for environmental protection needs. Just craft up a stack of ion batteries. I do have cobalt back in the ship, which is not helpful here, but that would probably be a really good idea. Yeah, I should do that. I should take advantage. Plus I need it to recharge my cold protection booster as well, because that's a separate power bar. The cold protection bar depletes first, and then the general hazard protection depletes. That's kind of the order of operation. Yeah, I should get some cobalt. I really should. First time I've seen the new numbers, but I can mine at 153 now. That mining upgrade is... Oh yeah, that did feel a lot faster as well, just quick snap and it's done. I could feel a slight difference there in the overheat. But what I'm really doing, of course, is I'm gathering some cobalt since I'm in a cave, and then the plan is to use this and some ferrites, which I very unwisely have not been carrying, to put together some batteries for my environmental systems. Because, you know, I should have been doing that all along. Of course, one slight issue is that dihydrogen is what pops out of these as well, but that's okay. I've got a geode. Don't need that. Oh, I can't do anything with it. Scrap that. I've also scrapped some meat as well. But what I think what I should do is probably refine up the dihydrogen I've got on me. Throw that away. Then I can merge that with some carbon stockpile to get rid of that as well. And that's given me a ton of life support, which is the only reason I was carrying the dihydrogen on me, honestly, at this moment. That's cleared, okay. And then I can use that space. This will also give me some dihydrogen back, ironically enough. Ooh, platinum in that one. No, no, no. Don't be tempted by the platinum. Because there's another issue as well, which it feels slightly silly about. I made a note when I summoned my ship that it would need refueling. And I didn't refuel it. So, whoops. Basically. My ship is not available for remote calling, so I'm actually going to have to find a place to summon it to with nav data. Or I'm just going to have to find some other way to deal with it. Look at that. Look at the speed of that beam though, it's so much faster. And I do have the space now to craft... Oh, I still need the ferrite dust. I can get raw ferrite dust on the surface, that's okay. Oh, I found some gold. Sacrifice that. A little bit more dihydrogen. There we go. Oh wow! You finally found your way down here, did you? Hostile life forms are kind of a problem. There we go. I'm not going to run out of life support anytime soon. I just need the ferrite dust for the other thing. Though that's said it's daytime now, so I don't actually need it anymore. Because of course it is. Yeah, buried tech module just over here. I figured since I'm already carrying some, I should grab one along the way, basically. And then we're going to proceed further on. Though I do really wish I'd progressed the main storyline a bit further just to get access to some wheels. Wheels would be really nice for doing this. Must admit. there's just so many so close together. It's just like, you know, I should just knuckle up and get it. Salvage container right up the hill. Let's get that one. Wait. Don't get sidetracked. You fool! You fool! Don't get sidetracked. You want ferrite dust to craft batteries with. To use up the... yeah, ferrite dust plus oxygen. That's absolutely fine. You know, maybe this is my own decisions regarding inventory space and things when I chose the difficulty coming back to bite me a little bit. I wouldn't be surprised if it was. But I made that choice. It is what it is. Okay, throw away the stuff. I have got myself 39 ion batteries, and recharging this requires 2. There we go. Cold protection fully restored. There is a knowledge stone right over there, but this is what I'm after, though. The chance of sweet, sweet corvette parts. I still can't believe I didn't recharge my ship. But it does sound like something Iron Mark III would do, so you know. A small vent. Ooh, okay, sure. Got platinum. I will sacrifice the... Well, that's nearly 100,000 credits there. Don't really want to sacrifice that. Viking effigy. The cultural things are now what I'm sacrificing. I am sacrificing culture for money. Truly, it is the end of times. And it gave me a girder array. At the very least, I'm going to have plenty of parts to swap out for trade purposes. How far away is my darn starship? Starship is 700 units that way. I should probably see to that before I get too far away, let's be honest. Not. Ah, if I had that word, maybe I would have been able to listen to that entity when it said do not keep pushing further. Because those guys apparently host something that doesn't have my best interest at heart, or is she trying to seek control of me? I don't know. The whole I'm an entity spawned to replace another entity thing has me kind of wondering about that one. There we go. And yes, I am wandering back towards the starship just because I need to refuel the thing. Preferably before I get too far away. Oh. This wandering around is also great for my knowledge because I have been finding a fair number of knowledge stones as I go. You saw that, the trees moved. The trees are watching me. Ew. I'm onto you, you trees. Now, to refuel you, I need Starship launch fuel, which needs 3 inventory slots. That'll go. That won't. That won't. Ooh. The curse of lack of inventory. I can merge some carbon in. There we go. Most of my storage now is just full of corvette parts, which is a great situation to be in, I must admit. Okay, right, so to make you, I need dihydrogen and metal. There was some dihydrogen nearby, actually. There it is. I knew I'd just passed some. And that should be all I need. Yep, launch fuel. I can now summon the ship to me, because that was a very silly thing to do. We forget to do that. But it is what it is. Starship, refuel you. Yes.
Technology
The pulse engine could do with a bit of refueling too. I mean, I've got this tritium sitting in, and I can find that easy enough. I will actually refuel it a bit. There we go. Frees up another slot at the very least, which I'll then throw these vortex cubes into, I think.
No free slots in ship inventory. No free slots in ship inventory. No free slots in ship inventory.
As you can tell, there's no free slots in my ship's inventory. There are no free slots, there are no free slots, there are no free slots. Projectile ammo I don't need yet. I will throw that away. And I will stash the shield generator, actually. Because I really should. Let's transfer out the carbon, because I might find more of that. Transfer that out, transfer that out. Cobalt, don't really care about. Actually, I could cook up a bunch of extra batteries if I might need the cobalt, that's the thing. So leave that be for now. And just stash some more of these parts.
No free slots in ship inventory.
There it is. The AI support system probably gets kind of tired of repeating itself at me over and over, but you know. Oh, I should put that in storage. Very much so. I will pull out the radiator casing in return for putting the intact processor away. There we go. Because that is the single most valuable item in my storage right now. I think that was my next destination, just over there. Unfortunately, I kind of forgot which direction I came from a little bit, but I knew I came past, I think it was those trees over there. So yeah, this is the direction I came from, I think. That was silly of me as well. I didn't keep track of where I was going.
Technology recharge.
Okay, that's worth noting. If I charge up my specialist barrier, it actually provides shelter, so my normal hazard protection will recover. Nice synergy going on there, so that's actually more useful than I thought it was. Let's keep on charging, because I'm full. Problem is I found some goop and launch thrusters and stuff. Also found another exosuit data link, so there's 130,000 credits, sure, but I'm going to sacrifice the feline liver, I think. There we go. Because I found some more data caches, as you can see. Also, got some launch fuel from this machine here, so I can call my ship back to me. My lovely little ship can be called back. Just as... I think I'm going to have to stop wandering around pretty soon, though. To be entirely honest. I think part of the reason why I wandered for a while is the ability to walk and run freely. It's one of those little things in the human condition that you don't appreciate until you lose it, you know? Being attacked by the local cat analogues, though, is not as missed, must admit. Then again, I can't say I've really known that much, beyond like domesticated cats. I've been swiped out a few times. Another. I am aware, thank you. And it's going to be a three-parter. Okay. And of course, there's a tech module actually very close by. I will, however, summon my starship here, just because that will actually give me a free inventory slot as well when I refuel it. Don't roar at me, you are coming after me for a nibble. I swear. They're always surprised when you actually, you know, resist. Anything else I can do with that? That is okay. I do have these, but they're back at base. Stash that. That'll have to do. That's all I'm going to get, really. I think my next order of priority, and I know this episode has run overly long. I need inventory space more than anything. Torpedo launcher. Okay, a booster module. Okay. I need storage space. Water stained sensor. This particular technological component violates multiple galactic manufacturing protocols and appears to have been constructed by a hobbyist. It is, however, still functional. Value 120,000. And a heavy engine. Okay, our little starter corvette is going to have an engine already. Nice. So we've got an engine. We've got a defensive shield. We've got multiple exterior paneling. We don't have some of the parts, but we have things we can trade for some of the parts. So, I think, yeah, that's going to be about it for all this. Just trying to think of something else I can do regarding inventory space. I mean, the thing I can sacrifice, I guess, is actually going to be the salvage metal. Actually, I can just stash some of that. There we go. Right. Wander over to the salvage module. I know this episode's run overly long, I am sorry. I know we found that wreck over there, which I think is actually my destination to go to. But I do need to get my inventory sorted out, and so I am... For the last part of this, I'm actually going to get this tech part, and then I'm going to go back up to the station and hopefully put together a corvette, which can do something about my storage issues. Because I need that. And if my objective is that freighter wreck, I need more storage space anyway, just because, you know... Just because it's going to be a wreck, there's going to be some things... Dear God, there's many, many creatures wanting a nibble on me tonight. But... I have a metal box I can hide in. I am fine. This has been a very bountiful trip out, though, must admit. I didn't want to do that. I actually want to fly. Back to space! Yes. That was a very short flight. I think I'll actually leave that in the recording just because of how short it was. But we can go ahead and offload some valuables to the market just to shift some stuff. So let's see. We've got the fluids and things. We can actually go back to the base and refine those. I don't want to get rid of them. Speed of fairing. See, the speed of fairing itself is 150,000. Rating 150,000. That girder array, 350,000 a pop. The booster is worth 1.4 million. So see what I mean about saying that we've actually got some stuff. I will sell the Mordites. The torpedo launcher is 1.2 million. That's an upgrade for missile-based weaponry. Since we're about to build our first corvette in a very ad hoc fashion, though, I will mention something that I said in passing before, which is the corvettes are great, but they don't completely outclass a good normal ship. Which I like I like the balance they've struck there. And I say that because any module you put onto a corvette that enhances its like an upgrade part, boosting its performance. That takes up a system upgrade slots from the Corvette's potential upgrade list. Though there is also a bug where you can't relocate some of the basic systems when I did my mess around game, so that's the thing. I'm not using the mobiles at all. I think I'll sell them. Intact processor, sell that, 1.5 million. And with that, I believe we have enough room to get our corvette put together. Oh yes, exciting, we get our corvette already. Yep, that's it. Okay, right, so let's go and do that. It will not be the prettiest corvette, but it will be my corvette. So, oh, because I've got money, right. Immediate jump to 10 stars. Corvette time. Purchase. Purchase basic parts, or I could actually trade for some parts. I think I'll purchase basic parts right now. Because, honestly, I could trade out, but a lot of my parts are actually cosmetics, so they're kind of low value at the moment. I'll also actually try to avoid the duplication bug I mentioned I found as well. So, we need a cockpit. And we already have a problem, because we need a hab, a landing gear, and an access ramp. Also, we don't have a reactor either, I don't think. So, let's see, we can sell the girder arrays, I think. We've got 3 streamlined trim caps, which are generally kind of useful. We've got a single stabilizer. Let's look at our thing, because we can actually go in, try to design something, and then it doesn't work. So, no reactor, no cockpit, no habitation module, no landing gear. To actually place anything, we actually need the landing gear. Leave. That's okay. We just need a landing gear of some kind. Now we also need the hab module because we need interior space. That's why that's important. 680,000, or I can potentially try and trade for one. Let's have a look. See, Titan class, Thunder class, Ambassador class. Those are the 3 types right now. These walkways are one by a single tile, but you can't place things inside them. Well, you can't place wall mounts inside them. You have to have a hab for that. So, the difference is the stuff that's inside them, how they look inside, really. But Thunderbird class is the cheap one. And if I offer up, I want to keep the vents. I want to keep. Let's offer the bolted joint 4% now. So as you can see, I'm not offering anything substantial. So the odds are not likely. No. Thunderbird class. No, that was what I just offered for. A Titan class off. Let's offer the same stuff. It's low, but it can happen. That's the thing. I doubt this is going to happen. I'm going to have to just sell and buy it, I think, most likely, because I just don't have the parts to offer. I do actually have some cargo links, which are kind of valuable. Not sure why, though. One last roll of the dice, though. We've only got 1 radiated casing. It was the cargo sphere. No. Okay, right. I'm going to have to sell some stuff to get this to work. That's okay. I need 680,000. I can just sell basic stuff from my ship as well. I can sell some versus. I can sell them gold, sell some chromatic metals, sell some planet charts. Sell the convergence cube. If I sold that sauropod sample, that would sort of see me right. But again, well, actually, it's just sitting there taking up space right now. But at the same time, the bolted joint is worth 350,000 by itself. So as you can see, the trade it was really, really cheap, and it was helpful if I was actually doing it. But just give me the HAB module. There we go. And that just leaves a access well, which is 800,000. I think I'm going to have to sacrifice my... Yeah, I'm going to sacrifice... I'll sacrifice the fossil, because that's very helpful to do right now.
Units received.
600, almost there. I don't have anything else of sufficient value. That's my problem. Except maybe the ancient key, but I don't want to get rid of that. Just because I feel like it was something that was a bit of a block for me in an old save file. Like, it was needed for something or other. I think I'm gonna have to sacrifice a corvette part. Maybe the torpedo launcher? I mean, that thing's actually really big and... Yeah, let's do that. I can get my hands on another one if I need to, but tie that landing bay. There we go. So, make ourselves a corvette. Yes, please. We need a landing pad item to start it off. It's only going to have 1 foot on it, but that's okay. We are going to put a Thunderbird class HAB on there. That's okay. Thunderbird class cockpit. This is going to be so incredibly basic. The Titan class access ramp, which is a rear boarding hatch. There we go. So that's all going good. And we've got a single engine. What kind of engine is it? It's actually a side-mounted engine. Oh dear. Oh, that's an interesting engine as well, actually. But that's going to be just strapped onto the side of this thing. It's going to be asymmetrical. I am sorry, but it's going to be how it's going. We've got a phased beam array. Actually, I think this is an upgrade part. Linked to the Corvette's laser defense array, providing a powerful performance boost. Ion battery is a shield module. Let's install that on the other side there. Wait, are you an upgrade part as well? You are an upgrade part. Okay. But I can now go ahead and install, to try and balance the overall look of the ship out a little bit better, I can install some parts as well. Flip the parts. I can try to give it some semblance of a body, but I just don't have many parts, honestly. In fact, I should flip this up, because I'm probably going to wind up with... Yeah, I'm probably going to wind up with putting stuff on top of it, you know? And obviously this is kind of just to clear it out of my inventory space. There we go, that's that. We still need a reactor actually, so we do need to sell some parts. This is... I'll take that off. Thermal grills... I think I'll try to hang on to those if I can. That big engine on the side is throwing the ship off slightly balance-wise, but I think it's looking a bit better now. But yes, I need a weapon system, I need a reactor. So... Since I've got one weapon system, I'm going to install it, the phased beam array, which I could underslung right there, I guess. That'll do. Need to find a reactor though. Save design for later. Purchase some modules. The basic reactor is a Medusa class for 1.75 mil. I think I'll try to trade for one though. Medusa class 1, and I am offering up the ion barrier. That's not very good for it. We do have some streamlined trims. You know what? Let's actually try and give a chance. Let's throw in the industrial cargo links. 10%. Okay, cool. And we do have these trim caps. Not worth much. No. I think I'm gonna need. I need only 800,000. I think I'm gonna have to bite the bullet and just sell some parts. Like 700,000, almost enough flat out just if I sell those cargo links. So let's sell those. And I guess the radiator casing will be my other sacrifice for this. Resume previous design. Very good. Go ahead and install the reactor, which is a core part. Yeah, you can tell I'm not super familiar. Oh, I didn't even buy the reactor. Whoops. Yeah, I'm leaving this in just. Well, I'm not sure how much of this I will actually leave in. I might leave all of it. I might leave some of it. I'm not entirely sure. I'm biased to myself with how slow I'm building stuff. But Medusa class reactor, thank you. I've actually got the reactor this time. That's a big step up. Aesthetically, this is a mess. That's okay though. It is what it's gonna be for the time being. Let's see. I want to get. I sacrificed the mounting points, but yeah, let's put the reactor on top there. Yeah, another glitch is the prompt is there to try and rotate stuff, but it's not honestly working. Also, I think I can just like put stuff inside each other or underneath on certain parts. I mean, this is actually understandable a little bit, but I'm not super familiar with this build system. Like, I think I've just mounted the shield generator inside there, which is less than helpful. But as you can see, it's possible to clip things through a little bit, just to help. So, thermal grills. Let's put one of them on there, just for looks. And the other parts. It's also to clear out my inventory a little bit too, must admit. Not sure what these vents are. And yeah, I kind of wish I could rotate some of this stuff, but I can't. And that, I feel like, should be something very small or slender fitting into that slot there. But I am now running out of just places to mount things as well, because this is like decorative parts. Actually, I can attach that on top there? That's kind of weird. I'm definitely going to cut most of this out, honestly. Okay, and there we go. This is what I've got. We have ourselves a corvette. Isn't she a beauty? No, she's not. I actually ran into another bug, so that took a bit longer than it should have done. I had a bug where I pulled something off the ship, and then even though it was still in my inventory, it was locked off from the ship's actual placement menu. So I was a bit confused by that, but it turned out buying an extra piece allowed me to place the other pieces I had. So I've traded out some more parts, swapped things out. I lost the upside down wedge, but replaced it with a corner and one of these heatsink modules as well. So this ship is very much obviously thrown together out of scrap. I know, but because of that I gave it a very rusted appearance as well. Leave the workshop please. And it is all mine. For better or worse, I have myself a tiny little corvette. It will look better as I get more parts and things, but it is enough to start with. By itself, it can be called in separately from my fighter ship, so I can actually have two ships in the same location in general. That works as well. My other fighter is actually parked over there. It can't use normal landing pads, so it has to land on specialized landing pads or rough, and it has its own fuel requirements and things as well, but it also takes the place of my active starship, so this is my active ship now. As I mentioned, you can't move stuff. We can't move basic tech, so I can't move the landing pad, the pulse jets, hyperdrive. That's suspected to be a bug, but we can move things like the phase beam around. We can move these additional slots here, which, by the way, there is another bug I've seen, which is... I can't move the photon cannon, apparently, but I can move that. The phase beam. I've got the phase beam because I've got phase beam array installed, so that's giving me the phase beam on the ship as a weapon system. Move that around. But as you can see, it comes with a whole bunch of upgrade slots available to start out with. It can be upgraded. It's not very powerful, this one, but that's what you expect. It's a piece of junk, honestly. Comes with a fair chunk of cargo slots installed as well. But it does also have some issues, of course. These slots can't be swapped out, and as I expand the craft, more of these get taken up, so less potential upgrades. Right now, it is rivaling my small ship, and outright actually better in terms of like capacity of cargo and stuff like that. But as it expands, I'll lose some of these upgrade slots to house the modules as we go. So that's kind of the trade-off that balances between the two. I could get extra cargo slots. I could get reduced launching costs. That would be very nice. Stat boost of that. I think... Yeah, because I'm mostly using it as a ground support, I'll put the launch thruster in there for a 32% reduction in the cost to launch. And of course it comes fully charged. Next thing we can do though, and the last thing I'm going to show in this particular video, because this is overrun and taking over recording time for something else, sadly, but that's how it works, is we can pop into here. It looks very, very, very dirty and stuff like that. But yeah, welcome to my little corvette. Such as it is, its exterior very much matches the interior at the moment. But yeah, this is where I can control it, and I can also build things here. So I can't build a bunch of the tech stuff, I can't build portal in it and stuff like that, but I can build portable refiners, the research units and stuff in here to carry around with it. And there's also interior module upgrades. I can add windows, or I could if I didn't use all the wall slots outside with other things. But there's some specific stuff like a very powerful built-in refinery, healing pods, decorative thing like a crew berth, and stuff like that. So we can decorate this as we upgrade stuff as well. But of key importance though are the cargo racks. 3 metal plates, 1 microprocessor. These are the transferable storages which you can gain access to later through a buildable structure inside your base that you have to unlock separately, or even later build into your freighter. And I just got access to those straight through my corvette. So this is literally the fastest way to do it, and I'm over here because I actually want to call in. Give me please for my ship, I want my fighter, thank you. Oh, it's over there near the corvette pad, thanks. Thanks game. But I actually want to get the microprocessors it has out of storage. And I want to get the ferrite out of storage. I've already got that, that's okay. I want to make some plates. I can afford to make 2 of these right now. That is going to be very helpful, because now I'll just call back in my Frankenship. Yes, I renamed it. It is the Ionian Frankenship, because that's very much what it is. And we can go from here. Though this also has an advantage in that I can actually explore like sites around the world on a planet without having to land this, and therefore use the thruster fuel. Though I don't know if summoning it from that still consumes the booster. That's something we'll have to test later. For now, though, cargo grid 0, cargo grid 1. I can actually build another plate. I can get cargo grid 2 as well. I shall do so, because that is actually what I want from this thing right now, and it's the only thing I can do with it right now. It is get storage. And then the remaining floor space I can probably use for... probably put some portable refiners in here and use them for processing nanites and stuff. But yeah, this thing is now a really, really cramped cargo hauler. And that is my new ship. Huzzah! Sadly though, as I mentioned a few moments ago, we are kind of out of time flat out for this recording, because it's massively overrun due to dealing with the corvette construction process. But for now I can and will transfer stuff across from my fighter to... You know, this would be easier on a planet if I had access to... yeah, when I had them parked next to each other, that would work a lot better. Can I actually access you from here? I actually can. Okay. Oh yeah, we're in a station, of course. Just stash everything in there. So yeah, this is why I was trying to get an early corvette, honestly. As I said, it is literally a little mobile base. Right now it's a little storage box to basically circumvent any and all of my storage issues. Though something I could do, of course, as well, is I could actually transfer across my positron amplifier, which is very weak, honestly, to upgrade its photons. I could upgrade its shields with this. This little guy, though, is much more agile and responsive compared to the other vessel. Well, there we go. I've emptied out my fighter, and that will... I kind of want to actually get this thing... If I need to refuel this thing to actually, you know, make sure I can summon it, but I don't have the materials on me right now, so I'll probably fly out with that to the mission objective, and then I can just call in my other ship, because I have a corvette. It's not much of a corvette, but it is my corvette. Yes. Oh, one slight caveat though before we end. I have these extra cargoes. These are accessible for any instance of cargo 0, for this one for example, and as you can see it's really big, but I can't access it from my quick menu, like the exosuit, the starship, stuff like that, so I put stuff into my cargo for the actual ship itself, but then I have to directly transfer things into the storage inside from the ship's cargo. But the ship's cargo itself is readily accessible from external use. So yeah, this is my new little ship, such as it is, for better or worse. And with that, we are going to call it there. So this has been iMark3. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you guys have enjoyed the show. Feel free to like, share, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. Helps out me, helps the channel, give me those virtual headbats I oh so crave. And we'll catch you all some other time. See you all later. You can tell I'm still not used to the gestures, can't you? Ah, it's my own little corvette. For better or worse. It'll do. It's a hunk of junk, but it'll do.